Hey, look, all options are indeed on the table for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Sims and I talked about this earlier today. I had forgotten this, but during that blowout on Sunday night when Al and Chris were filling and filling and filling, the content
Because
or
the
the comment that
Steelers
was made
lost really badly.
because the Steelers lost really badly. The comment
Yeah.
was made about the future of the quarterback position, and Collinsworth kind of knowingly, kind of jokingly, kind of winky, naughty. I got the impression that he was suggesting Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh, kind of reading between the lines. And remember the googly eyes that Aaron Rodgers made at Mike Tomlin and the look that Tomlin gave back to Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Rodgers could do a hell of a lot worse for his next destination, and the Steelers could do a hell of a lot worse for their next quarterback. The question is whether they would do that kind of. They don't seem like the type of team that is going to make that kind of a move. But you know what? You want to win a championship? You got a guy who's a two-time MVP, because I fully expect that he's going to win it again this year, and four-time MVP overall, and he wants to come play for you. If that's the case, man, I hope it happens. Aaron Rodgers, 100 miles up the road. We will break bread. We will drink tequila. We will have scotch. We won't. But it would be fun to. It would be fun to
There
at
you
least
go.
like stalk him, show up at his house, get shot by his security staff. Hi, Aaron.
Doing, dude. I like the idea of Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh too. I think it would be interesting, not for the reasons that you were just mentioning, but because it would kind of be an interesting football move, right? I mean, he would have pass catchers like Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Pat Fryermuth, who I think is one of the good young tight ends who's emerging in this league. And there are definitely things that would be attractive to Aaron Rodgers should he want to go to Pittsburgh. You also brought up the fact that it's not necessarily something that the Steelers would do. I mean, they also were not a franchise that would guarantee money beyond that first year of the new contracts, right? And then they did it with TJ Watt because he is one of the best defensive players in the league. And I think that TJ Watt went out and rewarded them for doing that, right? So these are the kinds of players that you make exceptions for. You make exceptions for TJ Watt because he is arguably the best edge rusher in the league. You make exceptions for Aaron Rodgers because he's arguably the best quarterback in the league. So if that's something that like the Patriots, the Packers, and then the Steelers could somehow agree to, and I don't think the Packers would be very happy about it, but at least they'd be sending him to the AFC. Then, yeah, I think the Steelers should be all over that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had been focused on the Broncos as the potential next destination for Aaron Rodgers, and it's not like either division is going to be easy. There it is. Yeah, come to Pittsburgh. AFC North with the Bengals and the Ravens and the Browns. AFC West with the Raiders and the Chiefs and the Chargers. That's why if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I am staying put. I'm not leaving the Packers. The grass is not greener anywhere else because the Bears and the Vikings are going to have new head coaches. The Lions are in year 2 of the kneecap biting experiment. It's not like there's another quarterback out there that can threaten me and compete with me. I own that division. I run that division. And when you can dominate your division, that's the easiest path to the 1 seed.
Oh, yeah.
That's the easiest way to get there. Hey, Titans got the 1 seed. One of the reasons the Titans got the 1 seed, they don't got to deal with 3 other really good teams in their division. They got although they did lose to the Texans, but still the competition in your division makes it easier for you to fatten up your record and not just win your division, but get the number 1 seed. So if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm not leaving Green Bay. But if he does leave Green Bay, come to Pittsburgh. I think that it would make the 2022 season incredibly compelling, to say the least.
Yeah, well, the rest of the NFC North would rejoice. I mean, my gosh, they get to face Jordan Love 2 times a year, presumably, instead of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you know what, though? When you bring up the AFC South, what if he got interested in the Colts? Because certainly the Colts are probably looking at whatever they can do at quarterback to maybe upgrade from Carson Wentz after the way they collapsed. I mean, I know that the Colts didn't actually make the postseason, but the Colts collapse and the Cardinals collapse basically to me are like these 2 things that are like parallel, unacceptable things. So if, maybe Aaron Rodgers gets interested in Indianapolis and maybe they get interested in him. And I know we didn't see him make googly eyes at Frank Reich, but like that's another team that at least in theory kind of makes sense to me as a ready-made contender that's not in one of the hardest divisions in football.
I kind of like that. I hadn't really thought of that, but they've been so ambivalent about Carson Wentz that they clearly are going to consider their options. And now, when I think back to, I think it was Friday night, the message from Jim Irsay delivered outside of his private jet while the engine was idling. When I watched that again and reflected on some of the things he said during the 2021 season about players getting vaccinated, I don't know that he would welcome Aaron Rodgers to the team unless and until he's vaccinated, because I think when he talks about being all in and you got to walk through the door all in and we allowed fear and doubt and whatever, I think that's what he's getting at. So they'd have to set that aside. But trust me, I think most teams would deal with an unvaccinated Aaron Rodgers and take the risk that maybe he would miss a game, because it happened this year and it ended up working out just fine.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.